Hi guys, welcome back to JML Fitness. It is Tech Tuesday, so it's time for me to review something else that is vaguely related to health and fitness. This week it is these. Can you see them? These are the Shokz OpenRun Pro headphones, and I have had these for about a year, so I'm going to give you my honest thoughts about how they are. So these headphones are specifically designed for working out. Their game-changing feature is that they don't actually sit in your ears, they sit sort of above your ears, so your ears are still very open. That means you can hear the ambient world and everything outside very, very clearly. This is very useful if you're outside running or cycling, for example, and you want to be able to hear all the ambient noises such as cars coming up behind you. So as always on my channel, this was bought with 100% my own money. Actually, this one was a birthday present, so technically not true. But the point still stands, none of that me trying to sell you rubbish, which you see from lots of other YouTubers. This is a completely honest review and I don't get any sort of kickbacks from the manufacturer or anything like that. So let's get into it. I've had these for over a year now, and to be honest, they are just really, really good. Before I got these, I ran with regular earphones, and the difference between these and those headphones are night and day. With regular in-ear headphones, obviously you're going to get a lot more noise blocking. That may of course be a good thing, for example, if you're on a really loud bus or something and you just want to listen to your music and not hear the outside world. So you've got to really decide whether that's something you want or not. But these do the complete opposite. Because your ears aren't blocked, you can hear everything outside, which if you're running or cycling is definitely a good thing. And that's the main point of these. It's just sort of like a safety thing for you to hear the world around you. Before I got these, I would just cycle without any headphones at all. And that's because I didn't feel safe not knowing if there was something coming up behind me. Having that extra awareness is definitely a game changer. Since getting these, I've honestly used them on about 99% of my runs and bike rides. The only time I don't use these is if I'm on a group ride and I'm actually being sociable and talking to other people. But apart from that, these are on every single time I go for a run, every single time I go for a bike ride, unless it's an event as well. These are very, very simple to use. They're just Bluetooth headphones, so you just connect them however you would connect any other set of headphones. You've got 3 buttons. One of them is on the front here, and you just use this one to play or pause. And then you have 2 more buttons underneath, which are just used for turning them on and off, and the volume. So yeah, very, very simple. You get used to them very quickly. So how do these bad boys sound? Obviously, because they're not actually going into your ear, you can't expect that much sound quality from them. But to be honest, they actually sound all right. They're not amazing by any means. They're not going to compete with like a pair of AirPods or something. But for what they are pretty decent. It's good enough that you're able to hear your music clearly. And if you're listening to a podcast, for example, you'll be able to hear it perfectly fine. If you want really good sound quality, then these are probably not the sort of headphones you're looking for. If that's your game, just get a normal set of in-ear headphones. But for what these are, they are pretty decent. However, there is one criticism I would like to make of these. That is when you are listening to a podcast or something with lots of words like an audiobook or something, I don't think they get quite loud enough for you to be able to hear every word. That's only in very specific situations. If you're running, I've never had these not be loud enough, but when I'm cycling, for example, and I'm going down a pretty steep descent or there's a big headwind, basically whenever there's a lot of wind rushing over your ears, these are not quite loud enough for you to be able to hear every word perfectly. You get like 95% of it, but there will be an occasional time when like a gust is just too loud, for example, and you'll miss some stuff. Luckily, where I live, I don't tend to get up to speeds where that really matters. It's only when you're above like 40 kilometers an hour, for example, that becomes a problem. Also, when cars overtake you, obviously that's going to drown out whatever you're listening to on here because cars are just so much louder than these get. So if that's an issue for you, like I said, just get a normal pair of headphones. I've heard the new AirPods Pro have like transparency mode where you're supposed to be able to hear all the outside noise as well, but I've never tried those, so I can't compare them to these. Maybe I'll get some in the future and then be able to do a proper comparison. So how do these feel when you put them on? To be honest with you, they are super comfortable. They weigh pretty much nothing, and once you've had them on for like 5 minutes, you just forget they're there. They also work perfectly fine when you're biking and you've got sunglasses and a helmet on. At first, it feels quite heavy having so many things around your ears, but after 5 minutes, you feel fine. They are super light, like I said, and I've never had any issues with them like sliding down or falling off or anything like that. They are really secure. Even if you like shake your head like this, they will never come off. All right, what about battery life? So like I said, I've had these over a year. and I've only ever had them run out of battery once, and that was when I was out for like a whole day on my bike, and I don't even think I charged them fully before that, so it's probably my fault. They say it's supposed to get about 8 hours of battery life, but to be honest, I think these get more than that. I only charge them once a week, and I'm on my bike or out running at least 6 or 7 times a week, so they are pretty good in terms of battery life. Unless you're doing ultra marathons or Ironmans or something like that, I think you'll be pretty fine with these in terms of battery life. Like I said, I've had them a whole year, and the battery life is still as good now as it was when I first got them, so no battery life degradation there, so always a good thing. These are also surprisingly rugged. I've worn them out in the rain when it's been absolutely chucking it down, and I've never had any problems with them. The connection to the phone stays rock solid even if it's chucking it down. Also, the sound quality is just as good when it's raining. You'd think because they're all wet and stuff, maybe it'd start sounding a bit like crackly, but that's not the case. These are water resistant. It says IP55, so you would expect them to survive a bit of a downpour, but it's good to know that they actually survive in real world conditions. Obviously, don't go throwing these into a swimming pool or something stupid, because they will probably die if you do that. But just for normal working out, I think you will be good. So there's a few different models of these. These are the OpenRun Pros. There's also regular OpenRuns. You can get them for about £100. I don't think you need to go for the expensive ones. From what I've read on the spec sheets, they're all pretty similar and do pretty much the same thing. I would recommend just getting the cheapest ones. For about £100, these have been a really good value purchase. Not that I bought them, they're a gift like I said, but even so, I use these almost every day, and I must have got hundreds of hours off listening time from them. So in terms of use per pound, they are definitely very much up there. Overall, I think these are a great set of headphones for anyone who's into cycling or running or any other outdoor sport really. The ability to hear the world around you is definitely a game changer. It's a lot safer and you feel so much more aware of your surroundings. Overall, I have no problems recommending these whatsoever. If you get them, I'm sure you will be very happy with your purchase. All right, that's it from me. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.